PRO. Not back, I've been here in Beijing, you know. I see what Dankie Saan. Alright. Dankie Saan. Throw your hands in the air, phakamise kanje asithi pa 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 ngoba bohleva basekasima bahamba benza fire pa 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 girls on the dance floor moving that waistline and it's pa 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 motherfucker you know what that means what to do you don't know what this means go with the flow till I'm gold with 16s child abuse call me old with 16s mentally bicycle up till it goes for big screens yes I'm watching heart and I'm wondering maybe I'm going deaf or I haven't been listening. Maybe I was disturbed by your chick when she screamed. Don't wanna need the curve in that whip with big rims too. Give me body, don't with the sweets, man. It's not a move, I'm trying to move to the beach, man.
Dankie Saan. Well, at a time when South African hip-hop was in its infancy and largely influenced by the American sound, here comes this boy from the South Western Township and turns the entire game on its head by waxing lyrical in vernacular. His name is Linda Mkhize, but would rather be called Pro Kid and uses his music and sound, to document South Africa's township culture. In 2005, he released his debut album titled Heads and Tails, taking the industry by storm, coining the catchphrase Dankie Saan in the process. He went on to become one of South Africa's legendary rappers, influencing countless artists along the way, before he even met his death this past Wednesday. And to help us pay tribute to the Wozobona, Uthini Ngo Pro, Bhampa hitmaker, we're joined by hip-hop artist Zakwe, who is in our Durban studios, and Slikour, who is in our Joburg studios. A very good morning to you, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us, Zakwe. Good morning to you in Durban.
Morning to everyone in SA. Morning to you guys too.
All right. Now, Slick, I'm going to start with you. Take us back to when you first met Pro. When was this and how did that happen?
I think I heard him first before I met him. And I must have probably heard him from a guy who used to produce from Squatter Camp, Dome, I think. And I wanted to meet him. Sort of like what I still do with everyone I think is dope. I want to meet them. I become a groupie. Okay. And this was before he had a deal, before anything. And I was just mentoring him on song structure, because Squatter Camp was big then. And I think I remember we drove and I was speaking to him at a garage somewhere in my car, and I was just telling him, this is how you gotta make the songs with the choruses, blah, blah. I was just giving him song structure advice, Okay. And then, in a few months, he became one of the biggest guys out there in the game with regards to what he was doing. And my advice never mattered because he was gonna open a new way. A new lane, you know what I mean?
Were you at all surprised by his phenomenal success?
I wasn't. It was a gradual success that he had because people absorbed what we were making music with Squatter Camp. It was music, blah blah. He was saying things that you had to listen to, so it was gradual, and the more people saw it, the more he kind of won people over at his shows. Yeah. He won people over with what he was saying. You know what I mean? It wasn't like he had to sing, no. He was like, da-da-da-da, and the crowd, he was winning people over. So no, I was not surprised. He earned every fan that he got.
Yeah, and he had that knack of captivating audiences and people the world over. Now, Zakwe, take us back to when you met Pro. What is happening at the time, and what was it about him that struck you, something that stood out for you?
Well, basically, he's been an idol to me. We here rapping because of him. He paved the way for us. He made us believe and understand that we can do this using our language, especially not just isiZulu, but the Tsotsitaal language. He is the pioneer of what we're doing now. Me meeting Pro, I met Pro in 2010, 11, round about there. But I started to listen to his music way back 2004 when he released his first album. So for me, he's always been a mentor, a brother. He's never been jealous about hip hop, because when you come into the game, you get to understand that there's veterans, you know, there's a lot of guys who are already there, but are they willing to assist? Are they willing to help you get to where you are, to where we are today, you know? So he was that type of guy who was never jealous, who always showed us the roots to making music, not just music, but the punchlines, the word plays. He was a true wordsmith. So yeah, man, we lost a brother, man.
And I guess that makes you great. I mean, paving the way for the others who are behind you. Speaking of Pro, what song comes to mind, and what song resonates with you?
The song that I'll always remember him with is Ungapheli Umoya San.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes as artists we make songs and then they come back to us strongly, you know, and beat us up. For me, I feel like there's a lot that we could have done for him. As rappers, as the industry, you know, it's very sad that you only get bookings and make money if you are hot and releasing music, you know what I mean? But I feel like this should be a lesson to us that are here now. Like, give them the flowers while they can still smell them. I know from my side that I did a lot, and from other guys that we rap with, I'm sure there's a lot of guys who are actually putting a hand into assisting Pro here and there, you know what I mean? So for me, Ungapheli Umoya San is the best song that I relate to right now.
All right. Now, Slikour, what do you think was his biggest contribution to the South African hip-hop landscape?
You know, everything Zakwe said, when I say, I always think of Zakwe when I go, because Zakwe for me is almost like he's like the next guy lyrically who's dangerous and who's a beast, you know, in the vernacular raps. And when I think of who could have really like kind of walked, like taken those shoes and just kept that alive, I think of Zakwe.
Yeah.
So Zakwe, and I keep saying, if you hear anybody else, you know, you can rap in Zulu, you can rap in any language, it can be cheesy, but for you to respect any language outside English and respect hip-hop at the same time and have the punchlines and the metaphors, even if like but you know, you go, Uthini Ngo Pro, you know what I mean? True. And I think Zakwe and a lot of other guys literally are walking in those footsteps, because Pro gave people the confidence that instead of me working hard on rapping in English, and it's not even my mother tongue, because sometimes I'm rapping in Slikour and Slikour is broken, you know, but you're stronger in your mother tongue. And you do your mother tongue and you become bigger than the English rapper. I think Pro really gave everybody else who said, English is not my mother tongue. You know, you know, he gave them the confidence to come out. And that's why we've got guys like Zakwe today, you know?
Yeah. And having said that, Slikour, I mean, music evolves every single day, and musical genres, they come and go. But then Pro, he managed to stand the test of time. What do you think contributed to his longevity in music, and particularly in this genre?
Yeah, you know, I think the truth that Pro came with is the truth of the lyrics. And I know Zakwe goes, you know, we could have done more. I think that like Pro also wasn't active musically, he wasn't dropping music. But because all of us are sitting here, there's a whole group of artists and people right now on my WhatsApp. We have so much respect for Pro. I mean, 2 days or 3 days before Pro passed away, so Mkhize apparently called him on radio, said, when are you dropping a song also? You know, so Pro wasn't a guy that, like, if he had content, people were not going to help. Pro was a guy that if he had content and he was pushing, he was going to get help. Sure. He was that important in the game. That's why the whole industry is coming together. They doing things just to help the family, just to make sure that Pro is rested properly. The whole industry is involved right now here in Joburg to a certain extent, you know, the hip-hop industry. So Pro wasn't a guy that, like, I think but all I'm just saying, if he had the content, he was going to be supported without a doubt. He's that important in the game.
Oh man, thanks for sharing your story with us, man. Zakwe in Durban, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. We appreciate your time. Sure. Rappers Zakwe and Slikour helping us to pay tribute to one of the country's finest artists, Pro Kid, who died on Wednesday. The legendary hip-hop artist was 37. The Ghetto Signs and Dankie Saan hitmaker suffered a severe seizure attack while visiting friends, and paramedics were called in to assist. Well, they did their best to revive him to no avail and called his time of death at 2000 hours 38. This is Morning Live. It is 5 minutes before 8 o'clock. We'll take a short break now.